guys, so today I'm going to be taking you through a functional range conditioning warm-up. So we're going to be putting these into our prep for you guys to complete before your training, okay, on specific days based on our needs. So one key note before we get started is that you need to be very conscious and active throughout this drill, so it can't be passive, okay? The idea is to fire the muscles throughout your entire body, especially the joint that we're working on, as tight as possible, okay? So you're gonna really open up that tissue in the body and try to open up the range of motion in the joint, okay? So, first one, we're just gonna get into 90-90. We're actually gonna work all out of this position, and then we'll switch sides and we'll just go through that. Depending on what I write online, we're gonna do this 1 to 3 times, probably, which is what makes sense for the warm-up, okay? I'll specify if anything different. So, Guinness, can you scoot over a little bit? Here, sit down. Sit down. So, first one, we're 90-90, which again, take a look here. And what that means is that this knee right here, 90-degree angle, we're trying to go straight out from the hip. And then the back knee as well is gonna be 90 degrees. So, we're right here, 90-degree angle to the hip. Then I'm trying to be 90 straight out from the hip here, and then a 90-degree there. Always try to pull that toe into dorsiflexion, which means towards your shin, okay? Now, number 2, the way to make this easier, you'll find, is you're gonna naturally wanna lean to the side to make this easier. So the cue for yourself is to sit up tall, get your hips through and stay nice and tall through this movement. And the more you can sit upright, the better you are at the movement, or the more capable you are through the movement, okay? So first one, we're gonna lift off this front leg, okay? One thing I'm looking for is I want the knee and the ankle to stay in alignment, okay? We're gonna get it up, we're gonna fire, and we're gonna hold for 5 to 10 seconds based on how this feels, okay? So again, I'm trying to stay as upright as I can. I'm gonna lift, fire as tough as I can, everything staying in alignment, okay? Try to stay tall, try to stay tall, keeping this ankle up, boom, rest. Okay, it's intense, as you can tell as my voice changes as we go. Second one, back leg. So now we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna lift this back leg up off the floor, trying to keep the ankle level with the knee. Firing through this back hip, try to stay tall, okay? So we're here, staying as tall as we can, firing, firing. And then we're gonna relax, okay? So those 2 movements are number 2. Now we're gonna do a little upper body shoulder. So again, I'm staying as tall as I can. I'm gonna squeeze my fist, and I'm gonna reach up to the sky as high as I can, bicep to ear, and then I'm gonna start to internally rotate as I come around, try to stay tall. Keep that as close to my body as I can. Wrap around my back, and then fire, squeeze, 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 reach, 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 back through, okay? And we'll do 5 reps of that, and I want you the entire time to try to stay tall and keep that bicep close to the ear while you're squeezing as tight as you can. Okay, each rep should take probably 5 to 10 seconds. Okay, so once you get all 5 of those, the next one is gonna be this back leg. We're gonna do some internal rotation work. So again, we're gonna be here. This time we're gonna lift that leg up like we just did, but I'm gonna rotate my foot to even with my hip, and then back, okay? So go ahead and watch here. I'm gonna lift, I'm gonna try to stay tall, I'm gonna pull it up into 90-90, and then I'm gonna straighten it out, bring it back, and then bring it back down. Don't put the foot down until the knee's down first. Okay, so we're gonna do that internal rotation work right there to start to get that hip firing. Okay, so we'll go probably 5 reps of that as well. Again, just check the notes on that. Okay, and that's 4 movements we're gonna do. And all we'll do is switch to the other side and do the same thing. Okay, and then we'll complete as many rounds as possible. So, if you have any questions on that, let me know. It's a great way to open up the body. You'll find you'll feel pretty good after this. You'll be able to stay in an active position throughout your lifts and feel very comfortable, okay? Real quick, PS, if you have tight ankles or you're struggling with your ankles, another one you can throw in at the end of this, beginning or end of training, very similar. You're gonna lift that leg up and you're just gonna take it all around the world, squeezing as tight as you can the entire time, and then you'll switch directions. Okay, we'll go through that probably 10 rotations each direction. Okay, and then you can also do some firing both directions as hard as you can. So that's a bonus. You can throw that in if you got tight ankles or your ankles have been bothering you. If you have any questions, send them over.